on top. Where's the cardinal? I don't want to make... Oh, look, he's actually eating. Welcome back. Today we're gonna talk about change. We all need it. I feel like baking today. So I could make a cake from scratch, which actually are the best kinds of cake. I do like from scratch cakes better than box cakes, but I don't have a whole lot of time. And when I looked through my pantry today, I realized that we have a box cake mix. So I can't let it just go to waste. So we're gonna make a cake. Actually, I think I want to make cupcakes. Haven't had those in a while. Huh. This will be fun. All right, this is not just going to be a vanilla cake. It's going to be a marble cake. It's going to have chocolate all in it. Cupcakes, not really a cake. So I've got to pull aside about a cup of the batter that we just mixed, and we're going to put in it some chocolate flavoring. And then we'll marble it into the cupcakes. It's going to be yummy. Going off. All right, let's see if they're ready. Woo! Steamed me up. Let's see here. Might be ready. Some of the bigger ones. Yeah, I think we're done. All right, let's pull these babies out. All right, so the cupcakes have baked. They've cooled completely. They look so good, but we gotta do the final touch. Milk chocolate icing. I had empanadas, is that how you say it, for lunch? I'd never had them before. They were so good. I mean, so good, so good. Mine had chicken, had been cooked in like tequila and lime juice and orange juice. And it had cheese melted in there. It was so good. I kind of want to go chase down the food truck tonight and have it for dinner too. I probably won't, but kind of would like to. So this is not a healthy day, but it's a really good day. Had the empanadas for lunch. Having some cupcakes for a snack. Yeah, maybe I'll go on a diet tomorrow, but I'm enjoying it today. Today we're going to talk about change, because, you know, change is a part of everybody's life, right? And even though it's a part of everybody's life, it's something that's quite often difficult. Today for my painting, I decided to try something that I've never done before, in an ocean scene. So I decided to try one today. Hard for me to try something new, especially when I know it's being recorded and when I know I've got to put it up on Facebook and YouTube for people to see, because I've committed to doing that. Easier for me to do the things that I know I can do well. It's really hard for me to change it up and to publicly try something brand new. Doing an ocean is really, really hard. I'm going to have to do a few to get the knack of it. But you know what's harder is changing ourselves in ways that God wants us to change. You know, I hate to admit it, but for years, I desperately wanted my husband to change. Change almost killed our marriage. Did. I mean, it didn't kill our marriage, but it was a huge stressor. I would get so upset because I couldn't understand why he wouldn't do the things I wanted him to do, and why he didn't think the way that I wanted him to think about everything, money and raising children and everything. But you know what? After, actually I guess about 2 years of really struggling with why my husband wouldn't change. God got a hold of me, and he basically told me, Twila, why are you so desperate for your husband to change when you have so many things that you need to change? It's almost as if he said, all these lists that you've been making of areas for your husband to change, you need to set those aside and pull out a new piece of paper and prayerfully ask God where he would like for me to change. I'll tell you what, people, that's humbling, because I like to think that I have everything all together, and I like to think that I'm a good wife and a good mother and a good friend, but God didn't want me to stay just a good wife. He wanted me to grow into a fantastic wife. And pretty quickly, once I took my eyes off of my husband changing and started looking at ways that maybe I could change, I noticed a few areas right off the bat that were pretty obvious where I needed to change. And it's pretty amazing what's happened since then. Our marriage is closer than ever. And so I guess today I share that little story to encourage you that if you're struggling with some relationship, it could be a spouse, it could be a boyfriend, girlfriend, it could just be a friend, a parent, grandparent, it could be anybody that you're in relationship with. If you find that you're constantly wishing that they would change and you're constantly judging them and noticing faults that you think they need to change, I want you to step back. The Bible tells us to take the log out of our own eye before we even think about taking the speck out of our neighbor's. And we all have some big log in our own eyes to take out. So make the change in this world, in your life, the change about you first. And once you get that big old log out of your eye, whatever it may be, then you can see more clearly. Your perspective is a whole lot more cheery and bright because the shadow of that log is gone. And when you're seeing more clearly, then you're less judgmental about the other person that you're trying to help. So don't be afraid of change. Go for it. Wherever it is that you need to change, go ahead and start changing. Ask God how to do it. He'll show you. And be patient with yourself. Most of the time, change doesn't happen overnight, and that's okay. Anyway, keep moving forward. Love you guys.